flowing water. It calms me.
Yeah.
What is this connection that we share with nature?
Life gives you lasting lessons much better than any teacher of the world. So, what you see outside is what we are inside. When I say life, life where activities are happening, experiences are happening. That is life.
Sometimes I've observed that, and this was even my own experience when I was a child, that I could remain absorbed in myself and my activities for hours. I didn't need anybody. I enjoyed just being with myself and looking at the river. So we have a beautiful river here. And merely looking at the river quiets me and absorbs me and takes me within, grounds me. Even when I am battered by emotions, as you said, very rightly said, tennis ball. So even while being battered by emotions, if I merely look at water, flowing water, it calms me. What is this connection that we share with nature?
We are the nature.
Yeah.
We are nature. That's why Datta had 24 gurus. When you look at the nature, you learn. And our greatest teacher is our own life. Life gives you lasting lessons much better than any teacher of the world. Life gives you lasting lessons. So, life is the greatest teacher. Nature is our own mother, our own extension. And nature reflects us. Or we feel like, even if it's a beautiful garden, when you are in deep sorrow, you will not feel the beauty. So, it's all here inside us. Externally, it's our own perception or perspective or perception and our reflection. So, what you see outside is what we are inside. We don't see anything else outside. So we have created our own heaven, or we create our own hell. And we are not bound or restricted at all. We are born free. All beings are born free. We are neither bound nor restricted. We can't be restricted. So, if we are restricted by emotion, by people, by situations, by religion, by politics, or by society, that's abnormal. We are not supposed to be restricted. We are born free, we live free, and we will die free. Nobody can stop you from your birth. No, I'm not talking about abortions and stuff. That is, again, that's non-understanding, or it's abnormal. And death you can't control. Even if people are kept in the hospitals pumped up, if they have finished their activities on life, they will probably live as a vegetable, which is useless life. When I say life, life where activities are happening, experiences are happening. That is life, where you are able to perform and there is a result which you are able to enjoy. If that is not happening, then there is no life. Then it's existence. You may exist forever if you are pumped with oxygen and hearts are beat artificially. Heartbeat is happening artificially. Heartbeat is artificially and respiration is artificially done. You may live for some time, but that's not life. That can't be life. Life is where you are able to do your thing and have the experience. Active life. Otherwise, it's not life. Active doesn't mean that you have to have action, but you even thoughts, expression, any expression. You're able to express and you're able to get a result out of it. That's life.
Basically, all of that you're saying, it is so revolutionary, because since childhood we've been conditioned in a lot of ways, and we've been conditioned to compete, conditioned to compare. So throughout our life, I think that has been our reality. Even if we fall like 1 mark short, we end up crying bitter tears. But it's, what does that one subject, one exam, 1 marks have, what kind of bearing does it have on your overall life? That big picture view is lacking, because then we get like a tunnel view.
Yeah.
So one exam, one friendship which didn't last long. And it is so hard. I remember when I was a child, it was very hard for me to just let go of situations. So if some friendship has collapsed, let go. New friends will come. or if there is something which is not happening well around me, let go. It was much easier to escape into books, into movies, or for others, perhaps into alternative realities through drugs. So that kind of system is still prevalent, and I see that a lot of people face that, and a lot of people struggle then to come out of it. So, how can we help them?
Self-acknowledgement, understanding oneself as a unique creation, and respecting that uniqueness is essential for self-acceptance, self-respect, and self-love. So, for self-love, you need to care also, self-care. You need to care yourself. While we are competing with the world and competing with other people, what we miss is our authenticity. We are busy organizing ourselves or molding ourselves to be another. While we have our authenticity, uniqueness, that's completely ignored. The education system or the society and our parents as part of the society often do not see our originality. Okay, this child and what is available for this child in the society, and what is this child's future in the society, what is this child's relevance in the world. That is the way they are thinking. But what is your actual authentic state, your originality, what you're originally? That is exactly how you're adding value to the society. Being original, you're adding your originality to the large levels of originality of the society. All are original people, all are authentic. So, if everybody is authentic, the society will have vibrance. If everybody is conditioned to be another brick on the wall, the society will have an existence, but no life. That's what we see today. There's no life in the society. Yes, there is life in movements, in consumption, in expressions, yes, but authentic expressions are missing. And when you express authentically, maybe you won't be appreciated. Hey, I am this. This is my expression. And no boundaries to it. Nobody can say this is your boundary of expression. Society are two-dimensional. Society keeps that boundary. Two-dimensional society gives that boundary, saying that this is okay, this is not okay. I always say what is not okay is what makes you unconscious, any of the drugs and addictions and stuff, or what makes you violent. No violence is good for the society. And what happens when there is violence? Take the violence out of the people and leave the people free through counseling. When should you start counseling? From childhood. A teacher should be a better counselor than a teacher. A teacher should counsel a child more than teach. Understand the child, nurture the child in its own taste, its own originality, and help them perfect that originality. So the child is never in stress, never in a level where the child have to be artificial. The child never have to compromise its originality or original character. With all the originality, it can grow in its own level organically. That's the right education. Today, the world needs a lot of counseling, right from childhood, from the small class. As you see the character forming, you need to counsel them. Understand, sometimes a child is excellent in sport. Guide the child to the sport. And he will have no effort. He will get up in the morning charged up to play. Maybe a child is a budding musician. Guide the child to music or in her chosen way. And the child will be enthusiastic about it because it's its nature. When you are catering to your own nature, you don't need any inspiration from outside. You are self-inspired. When you are not catering to your original nature, you need artificial inspiration. Sometimes fear to coax you to compete or to write or to perform, and always under stress because you are not original. You are not being authentic. You are not able to connect to what you do because you are not that. When you are that, you don't need any inspiration from external factors. You are inspired. self-inspired. You will do it without a problem.
True.
That is how life should be molded. The future should be molded. And when you are peaceful, you are not violent ever. You will never resort to violence. When will you resort to violence?
When you're
When you are
unbalanced.
disturbed. When you are disturbed, when you are challenged, when you do not know what you're doing, or you react without knowing. That's when you become more violent. Like we have an example in South Africa, Nonoti, where the police department says 80% crime rate reduced when we started providing food in our ashram to the local people.
Just food.
Food. So 80% crime was based on food. Not providing food is unnatural. When you are balanced, when you are easy, when you are relaxed, you will share what you have with others easily. You will not have fears. You will not have insecurities because you are being natural. You are stable. You are on your own seat, comfortable. That is exactly how all the child should grow up. You know, the nature of a cow is not to hunt, but nature of a lion is to hunt. Now you ask the lion to eat grass and the cow to hunt. How will it be? It won't work. And there'll be huge stress in both of them.
True.
You know, the lion and the tiger, they will be feeling terrible to eat grass all the time. That's exactly our society molds each child. It asks the cow to eat, to hunt,
And the lion to
and the
have
lion to have grass.
True.
This is exactly how we are molding children. That is exactly what we should change. So my effort is to bring this awareness to people that leave the children alone and understand them, nurture them in their own strengths, what they are good at, their own nature, and allow them to be free. They will carve their life. You don't have to really mold them. But education system today is not like that. They are eager to create bricks on the wall and bound by appreciations. You're constantly pushed for receiving appreciation. If you don't get appreciated,
collapse.
collapse. Appreciation, honor, recognition, all these are fake things. Now, if you are original and you are doing what you love to do, whether you are appreciated, getting appreciation or not, it doesn't matter. Right? You are already satisfied. You are happy with your work. Then you're not bound by other people's opinion, appreciation, honor, recognition, anything. Otherwise, if you're not doing what you love to do, then at least these things will help you to feel okay. It's not all that bad.
Yeah.
You know?
I get you.
Yeah.